Alright, so I wrapped it in a black garbage bag just to keep light out. I hear that light degrades the meat over time. Now, I've got it in a pretty opaque container, so I don't think light was too much of an issue to begin with, but, just to play it safe, figured why not. Also, I did have a slight worry yesterday because as it's off-gassing, I smelled a slight tinge of rotten egg, which is an indicator of hydrogen sulfide being produced, which I looked into it. It does not necessarily mean that it's ruined, but it does mean that the yeast was stressed. This was likely due to my adding the yeast directly to the mash rather than allowing it to acclimate in warm water prior to adding. This probably stressed it out a bit, and then on top of that, adding the boiled yeast directly onto it. I'm using boiled yeast instead of proper nutrient because I don't have yeast nutrient. So, really, the total ingredients to this is about 5 grams of boiled yeast, 5 grams of active yeast, 12 pounds of honey, and 2 gallons of distilled water, 2.5 gallons of spring water, Deer Park to be exact. And then, just to make up for the lack of calcium in the distilled water, I also added a 1.5 of a Tums tablet, 1.5 Tums tablets, to give it some calcium carbonate. That way they have some calcium in there as well. The boiled yeast should give them enough nitrogen to thrive, but they need the calcium. So, added that in there as well. Now, the rotten egg smell gave me some concern, but as of now, it's smelling pretty sweet, smelling pretty floral. So I'm still having some high hopes. I think that rotten egg smell may have just been a fluke. Maybe a little bit too stressed out early on, and now we should be good to go. Now, the only thing that I'm kind of concerned about is that I'm reading some tips online, and one of the tips says that if I'm noticing it early enough into fermentation, I could try to open it and give it a quick stir to off-gas that a little bit faster. But doing it too late into the process, that could cause them to be even more stressed out, and I don't want to risk that. But I don't know if I'm early enough into fermentation where I can safely do that and not be stressing them out more. Currently February 6th, and I started this on February 2nd. So it's a bit of a gamble. Right now, I'm not smelling any more hydrogen sulfide, so I don't think that it's really worth the risk. But here's hoping that this still turns out pretty well.